Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Laura. Anything of any importance you can find in the description box. That is in relevance to the channel. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, or if you just like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Again, you need to do those things anyway if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, and write the word of the day. The word of the day is always different. Depends on whatever word I pull from this deck. That's a Psychic Soul Healer deck. And the word of the day is unstructured. Unstructured. That is the word of the day. You're going to write that word in the comment bar. You know if I chose you to as winner, that I wrote the word winner, obviously, underneath your comment. And if I did, you and I would just correspond back and forth on YouTube, figure out the best day, time that works for the both of us. And the day of your reading, I will just post it underneath the comments. All right. Now let's see. Unstructured. Feeling like I always feel like the word of the day influenced the reading somehow. Why did I pull that reading? See, everything has a spiritual connection. It's again, we might not know what that connection is right away. But when I'm feeling unstructured, I feel like you're connected to someone that is used to not being in committed relationships or not having any type of consistency in the relationship. I also feel as if you're someone that's not really structured, that you're someone that is a free spirit. You live by the beat of your own drum, and this is very tantalizing to your person, but your person is very structured. So they've never they've never lived this way before. They're not strong within themselves. See, when you're a free spirit, you've learned to go out on your own and try things and explore things. You live from your heart, you live from your bliss. And I'm feeling like your person, again, lives more from a logical, linear state. They have a good job, they make a lot of money, they come home, they might live in a nice house, drive a nice car, but there's an emptiness there where you might not have a lot, but you're happy. You live your truth. And there's, again, a definite awareness when your person analyzes like how well you would fit into their life, how well they would fit into your life, the differences. And again, not just the differences, but what is attracting them, what's creating awareness within inside them. Why have you come into this person's life at this very time within their evolution was to awaken something. And what I believe that was to, again, break down that their structure of what they consider was success of what is a successful life, what they perceived was a successful life is what I'm saying, because I feel like they created it, but they're not satisfied. And so you've created awareness because you're happy, but you live different. So that's the energy there. So soulmates always come into each other's lives to teach. There's unconditional love, there's passion, there's chemistry. We wouldn't stick around long enough to learn a spiritual lesson. Spiritual lessons are difficult, they trigger us. And a lot of times we get stuck in those triggers. So let's take a look and see what some of the triggers are. And the triggers are always based on the inner child wounds. We want to look at the inner child wounds first for you and then for this person. Well, actually, I should say I'll intuitively know for who, because sometimes I'll say the before and then I'm like, I really resonate with the other person. So again, you're always going to interpret the message as the best resonates for you. So let's just see. Okay, the inner child wound. The first one out is resilience, resilience, resilience. I'm feeling that's you, Virgo. So you have a resilience that this person sees because you live by your truth. You're able to go with the flow. So you, again, can withstand criticism and you don't really care. You let it roll off your back. That, again, you fail and you get up and you try again. That, again, when you're creating yourself and this is what happens when you're living your truth, you're living your bliss. You're not living from what other people tell you to do. You're not living from a group consciousness. There's a sense that your person lives from a group consciousness. Like that could be their family, their environment, their church. It doesn't matter with their spiritual congregation. I don't care where it is. They believe what a group believes. And what I'm seeing is they're starting to not feel really fulfilled. It's creating awareness. You're living your truth is creating an awareness within this person that's awakening certain things within inside them. And which could be that they're not satisfied 100% with their life, even though they live in a nice house, drive a nice car, have nice things, work a good job. It doesn't matter. They're empty. They feel empty. And where, again, you don't, and there's a resilience to you, which, again, that's a lot of times pulled from your spirit. That, again, the resilience that a lot of times is pulled from is from, is internally. It's from our faith. It's from our like what our goals are, from our passion. We're pulling it from these sources within us that I don't believe your person has. And your person's confused, and they're confused because, and I feel like it's like they've always been confused because they feel one thing, but they've been taught another. That's their inner child wound. They don't feel safe within inside themselves. Like I said, if we don't find who we are by going out and exploring to really understand what we like, what we don't like, then there's a sense that we make choices based on logic and not really what we want, what we can perceive we like. So I believe that your person has always made their relationship choices kind of like their business choices, what logically makes sense, and it doesn't work. So they may be good in business, but they're really bad with their relationships. They may be good in certain areas of their life, but relationships just keep them in a place of confusion, which makes them feel that there's something that's not working with inside them. That's their inner child. Now, I'm also pulling, again, self-righteousness. And self-righteousness is there's a sense of, I have a big ego. I don't want you to see the lack. So I'm not going to show you my insecurity. I'm going to overcompensate in the fact. And that's to create whatever, again, wound, trigger within inside you to deter your perception off of me onto you, to make you feel a certain way. And I'll know that because of how you feel. And really all that it does is it creates a lot of hostility within inside you, like hostility and a little resentment, because it's like, I know that you're deliberately like going out of your way to like not treat me nice, to act like, you're better than I am. Well, again, this person doesn't feel better than you are. I think their perception at one time was that they were better than you because they drove a nicer car. They had a nicer house. They perceived that they had more money. They perceived themselves like based on like outside things instead of the quality of life. And now the perception is changed. So again, there's a hostility within inside of you that this person is creating because they feel hostile, but they feel more hostile within inside themselves. You're again triggering that within inside them because again, there's a sense of, I want to live that life. I want that life. I don't want to live like by what everybody else wants me to. I don't want this responsibility of everyone else. I want, because again, that's what it is. So let's see what their hidden truths are, because again, even though we see that they're hostile, and I'm doing this because their actions may be completely something different than what they truly feel. So again, we will see what the psychological reversal is. How are your persons getting in their own way if they don't heal, and what they would need to do to fix that, and what is the point of it for you? Because like I said, you're not supposed to be in a relationship with someone that triggers you bad, and if you continue on your path, will that trigger your person to change? Because remember, karmic relationships are all about learn. So sometimes people do have a new awareness, and it does make them make changes. So let's just look and see what the inner truths are. I feel you even though we're apart. Again, that soul connection transcends all time and space. So, and what they feel is, it's like, I still have feeling. I'm still holding on. My life is not as together as it seems. Again, no, because they come from a group consciousness, and they didn't want you to see that. They wanted to seem as if, again, they were so secure that their life was better than yours. I look for you everywhere. So they pray that they would run into you. It's again, they miss you. You're on their mind. Their ego is still preventing them from moving forward. I wish I had treated you better. Again, they're in a place of regret. What new awarenesses, I wonder, like, did it create for them? Or what are they gonna do? Or how else do they feel? Again, many flames. It can take many tries to find the right one. Take a break when you need to, and don't give up. So again, there's a sense of they have dated a lot. They have dated a lot. And so they can tell the difference between you and other people. If there's a sense of that they went after lower hanging fruit, people that were easier at one time instead of the real true connection. And I feel like the many flames is I've gone through a lot of different people, and I can see the difference. And being that I can see the difference, I don't want to give up. So their ego, they know this. There's a sense of, it would be so much easier for me to walk away than to have to humble myself, than to have to come back and really like try, because I know I didn't treat you better. So I know I just can't come back into your life. You're going to demand me like show that I'm different. So, but the truth of the matter is I still have feelings for you. I mean, many flames. Like, again, you may have to take a break from each other to get a different perception, but don't give up on the connection. You know, burned. You've been burned before, so it's hard for you to trust. Let someone in and love again. So again, this person has like burnt you before. You got to be open to letting them in. It's like most likely not unless they show different behavior. Understand this person has been burned before. That's why they again tend to be a player. They tend to not like commitment. They tend to like everything on their terms. They're not really fair. They treated this connection like it was less important than it was. But that was because their own shadow. Their own shadow. So one more wound card just again, so we know exactly what we're dealing with. And this is disrespect, humiliation. So again, this person again made you feel bad. This person made you feel bad, but they don't feel good about themselves. I feel like every time that they try and go out and do, you know, try and like venture out onto their own, that people like tear them down. Now, if you're never venture out of your own, you know, venture out to find new people, new connections, and you're always around the same people, and those people are dependent of you because it's like a group consciousness where apparently these people care so much that they must be benefiting. You must be how, but your person must work with these people. They have an influence that is greater than it should be in their life. And I feel like every time they try and do something different and they get humiliated, they get disrespected. And that makes your person so agitated and so angry that they again tend to like project this onto you. And they did project it onto you because again, their lack, their limitation, their how they felt about themselves. Now, sometimes people are brought up in a family and they're still helping their family. And so they listen too much to what the family says. They go along with people that they have, again, grew up with, that they live with, but your person is changing. And they're mainly changing because, again, you've created an awareness for inside of them. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. It's again, this person again knows that you're someone of importance. They can't let you go. They feel the spiritual energy. They've tried to walk away. They've tried, but they've never experienced a relationship this deep, which is terrifying to them. Separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. See, again, this person is, again, spiritual, knows that you've come into their life to teach them about themselves. They may not know that on a conscious level, but they know subconsciously and they see it through signs, synchronicities, deja vus. They look for you everywhere. They can still feel your energy. They try to walk away. They try to replace you. They can't. You make them mad. You make them feel emotions that they've never felt before. It's terrifying. They don't like it. But understand that is what's awakening them to the fact that they are not living their truth. They're living other people's truth. And so they're robbing themselves of life. And really, nothing but unconditional love would awaken this person to that. So I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. So it's again, this person knows that you're like, I'm over your, like, you need to like either like separate from these people or move forward, because there's a sense that you know why this person does what they do. Even if they didn't share it, you can feel that there's a spiritual connection. You know that they're fighting with themselves, and you're like, I don't care that you're fighting with yourself. I mean, let's just show me something. Like, I can't, this person is relying too much on that 3D connection. Like, I still feel you're there. You need to cut your energy, Virgo, if you want this person in your life, because there's a sense of they need to be triggered. Again, they feel you pulling away. They need to be triggered. So for those of you Virgos that are really doing that, good, because this person needs that. I'm not happy, karma, behaviors, people, situation that's playing a role in what's happening with me. And it's hard for me not to see a way out. Literally, they are so comfortable in their environment where everybody that has too much say in their relationships. Again, they have to step into their true self, their higher self. They have to get courage. Expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than a romance. It's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. So they're realizing this is not just passion. They might not know that it's a twin flame relationship, but they definitely are like, this is more than just lust. This is like I feel you, you're always around. I feel our connection. I can't forget about you. You're stirring up all these emotions within me. You're making me look at my life. Like, this is something. Like, you're supposed to be in my life, but it's terrifying me because, again, I feel like I don't have any control. We are one. Don't let fear get in the way of this truth. So again, your person is like, knows, and they don't want to do that. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge the situation instead of surrender to it. So it's, again, they get triggered by it, like I said, which, understand, when we have deep wounds, and just because spirit brings us something that we really desire and really want, and can really know that that's supposed to come into our life, it's scary to change. Your person's being asked to change, to break free away from this collective thinking, to break away from some of these people, to think on their own. to live their own life, to live their own truth. You seem exquisite, different, exciting because of it. I watch you on a social media, and the internet is my way of staying close and finding out about you. So again, they stalk. They haven't let go. They might be separate from you, but they haven't moved on from you. If anything, is awakened to everything. Because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in my life. And that's what I'm saying, that they're in a place of healing right now because of you. You are in your old patterns, but can't see it. So again, they were in their old patterns for a long time and they couldn't see it. Please don't give up on me. I'm trying to change, but it takes time. So I don't feel like they're coming to you. So maybe the old patterns are that of a lack and limitation of being negative and not realizing that they need to take action in order for things to change. Like the old patterns are pretty much just that they don't really see, that they stay in a victim state consciousness, that they want so badly for things to change. But confidence comes from listening to our intuition, taking that action and seeing a good result. Until your person does that, which it's scary because, like I said, they have to break away from these people. It's again, these people are going to be triggered too when your person leaves, changes the dynamic of, again, the connection that they have, whether that's in ex, whether that's, again, just family. For a lot of you, it's different people, but nevertheless, your person's not giving to you because they're not living their truth. They're living, again, according to other people. And they know that they hurt you because of it. They know that they couldn't give you, and they know that they still can't really give you, but they still have feelings. So they neglect themselves because there's a sense that they're not confident. So let's see what they're going to do, if they're going to be able to do anything eventually in the future. Because right now, what I see is that they're in a healing state right now. So they're not doing anything just yet, but let's see in the future, are they going to do something? Because really, by them doing something shows that they're going to integrate the spiritual lesson. They have to do this in order to see a different life. You are the catalyst for their healing if they do it, because they wouldn't have done it on their own. They wouldn't have had the awareness that their life was not really good until they saw something different, right? They needed to see and also feel a difference, feel this connection. They feel like something different. And that's because this is a past life connection. It can't be cut. It can't be manipulated. Unconditional love. There's always a bond. And your person has never had that before. Okay, so let's see. The Hermit, spiritual mastery. So again, there's a sense that they are, again, learning. And also that you are a spiritual master. So you might be seen as someone that's very spiritual. You might live very spiritual. So again, 7 of Wands, licking their wounds. So they're still in a place of healing because they lack direction as well. They do want to come forward, but there's a lack of. But again, once they come, there's going to be trouble ahead. They know that they're not just going to be able to come. Remember, you change the dynamic of the situation of everybody that's involved in the situation. And your person was attached to a lot of people that are dependent on them. And so once they change, it, like, again, people don't like change. They like familiarity. They like consistency. And they don't really care a lot of times if someone's unhappy with change. Like, and that's the thing that your person knows, that it's going to create ruffles. So your person's been living to please other people almost. Again, sacrifice. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands, a passionate start. They are again going for it. So eventually they are going to leave, but they have to get really uncomfortable, and it's not going to be without a lot of resistance from those people, and they know it. So what I believe is that they're trying to figure out how to actually break free on way on it, and they're hoping that it's not going to be too late. Now let's see what the universe says. How should we deal with this situation? Again, now for some of you, you guys are not going to want to take this person back. Realize that, but for some of you, you guys will. So the universe always will tell us how to deal with a connection. And I'm going to look in my energy healing oracle because these are the universe cards. I'm not sure backwards, but here it is. I love this deck because it really does teach us to handle a situation from a higher perception, because what we know is that this person's not strong within themselves. Just because they're breaking away from that group, they still don't have a strong sense of self once they do. So you don't want to fall prey to being codependent is one thing that I definitely need to say. So again, 50-50 at this time, things could go either way. So again, what Spirit is saying is let things happen organically. Don't have expectation. Again, unconditional love. There's no ownership. There's no expectation. Let it happen organically. Diamond. So again, keep being creative, keep being your true self, keep being faithful to yourself. Again, there is a sense of invincible spiritual power that's actually at play within this relationship as well with inside yourself. Again, by you being in alignment with your true self, not abandoning yourself. This person, meaning like they can fall back to, they're not strong, like I said. So it's about not losing yourself. Keep being your exquisite self. Keep being on your path. If this is the type of relationship that you want, you like again, this is a soulmate. This is an important relationship. So we're going to ask the universe, and we're going to ask also one other question, which I should have asked before, but we can ask it after, which is, what are you supposed to learn? What was the spiritual lesson that you're supposed to learn? We understand this person is supposed to learn to be their own true self. So again, inner strength. Nothing moves me from my path to light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God, I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. So again, this is again for you and your person. But again, I believe that this person can trigger you definitely because they're not going to be strong within themselves. So it's all about pulling on your inner strength, that whatever you're doing for yourself, as I said just a second before this card popped out, is continue to feed yourself, continue to work on yourself. I also believe that this relationship, when there is unconditional love, but someone triggers you a lot, it does make you form some sort of inner strength because, like I said, this person's going to trigger you. So it's stay on your path, stay focused. Your choice of focus is your greatest tool to deal with your triggers. Again, and we pull on that. And also to keep on, when we pull on that strength, it also manifests within other ways in our life. And your person needs to, again, pull on their inner strength. What do they really want? Their inner strength, their heart's desire, but it should be their inner strength, their gut, what they truly feel. And they might have never had to draw on their own inner power before. But it's important that we all find our inner power because that's what makes us resilient. That's what makes us persevere. That's what gives us courage in times that are uncomfortable. Then your person doesn't have any of that because they were living as like a group consciousness instead of their own. So if they never really fell, but they never really were able to soar past what was good for the collective. And the collective could have just been their family. Like again, family or a divorced person, like a person that's actually not with a person anymore, but still living like they're together. It could be, again, any person that's connected to other people and allow those people to think for them. So a lot of people have friends that do a lot of the thinking for them. So it's just somebody, again, that you're connected to, that you inspired them by the way that you live, that you have inner strength. You need to continue to build that inner strength. And this person, again, is learning how to cultivate their own inner strength. And creation, I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought and affirmation action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. So a lot of times, soulmate, twin flame relationships, they do make us step into our true self, into our best self. And that's by, again, creating a lot of inner strength so we can persevere in life. So we, again, know that it's not how well we create support in our environment, it's how much we create support within ourselves. And really, that is what you and your person are learning from this relationship. So for you, again, learning how to forgive, learning how to be compassionate, learning how to have patience. This, again, cultivates that inner strength too. So even though your person is not strong within themselves and they're learning how to like love themselves, have confidence in themselves, it's different building of certain characteristics, but nevertheless, you're both, again, cultivating spiritual truth that you need to actually embody in order to create. And you and this person coming together when there's unconditional love, which, like I said, I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. So the unconditional love is God. Like I said, love is the energy of God. God is love. It's the same energy of the universe. We have unconditional love inside of us. Is our connection to each other. It's that soul recognition. When you meet your soulmate, your twin flame, and there's that soul recognition, it is because that person's divine. You recognize unconditional love. And in that, it a lot of times is what makes us step into our true self. We can feel it, that soul recognition. We can't break it. This person, again, I believe, didn't act nice in the beginning. They were afraid of this connection, the depth of this relationship, wanted to control this relationship. And so understand they had to come to a place of surrender. And the same thing for you, instead of judging, needs to come to a place of surrender. And really, that's what happens when we are in a soul relationship with someone. It doesn't mean we like what they do. What it means is that there's a higher, a bigger purpose, a spiritual purpose. That's a higher one, of a higher consciousness, to awaken a higher consciousness within inside of you, to make you aware of how you're acting, of how you're being. Every time we get triggered by a person or want to control a person, it should make us look at ourselves. Your person wasn't doing that in the beginning, and I'm sure that you weren't. But they came to a place of realizing that they wanted to. And nevertheless, They're coming to a place of believing what's important in their life. You're making them feel that and to want to step into the best version of themselves. And I'm going to leave that there. So if you resonated with this, Virgo, let me know. And again, do those 3 things if you want to enter into winning a reading with me. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.